What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be looking back at the rankings for every player of the World Cup. So these rankings were started before any games were played of the World Cup. And now we're here where it's pretty close to being done, which is pretty sad, but it's about to be done. But we're down to the final games, which are going to be insane and crazy. But this was before the season started. The top players of the World Cup, what they ranked, the top 25, and we're going to look back and see if they were bad, good, or how they did. So I'm going to be reacting to them. Please like and subscribe. Let's get right into it. Anyways, 25 was Messi. Forward for Argentina, of course, Lionel Messi. Of course, all know who that is. One of the greatest soccer players of all time. But this was way too low for him. He has been absolutely cooking this World Cup. Maybe the best or the second best player in this World Cup. Top 3 for sure. He's, like they said, they're 25 for him starting the World Cup was way too low. And I don't know. Maybe it's because they thought he was getting older or whatever. But this was way too low. He has by far been one of the best players of this World Cup. You know, so that definitely was not that great of a take. And now we have Morocco, Achraf Hakimi. PSG defenders widely regarded as the best back in the world, and he comes smack dab in his prime, which was great. Morocco did great in the World Cup. Their defense was all right. And then they ran into France, and of course they lost. But yeah, I think it's a good ranking. Tony Simano, Ghana, winger. I didn't really tune into Ghana that much, but he's been great. I mean, they were all right, and you know, I'm sure he did a good job. So I think this ranking is around that, considering the fact like he's been great in the Premier League and all of that, and then moved to Manchester City and became even better. So yeah. Then we're talking William Saliba, France. And he's one of the best defenders on France, and I think he has for sure lived up to even better than 22. I mean, France's defense is loaded. You can't even score a goal on them. Their offense is already stacked as well. So, you know, he maybe even higher. He's the best defender on the best team, I think, right now. Nuno Mendes, Portugal left back. Hakimi is the world's best right back, and his PSG teammate Nuno Mendes probably the best left back in the game. I think, yeah, but I still think it was a little too high because I think the best player on Portugal was still Cristiano Ronaldo, despite him being so old. I still think Ronaldo was that guy on the Portugal team. He should have been 21, 2019. He should have been here. I don't think he's on here, but he should have been on here. Jude Bellingham, 20. I just saw Bellingham go off against Norway against Holland. This man went off 2 goals. He's definitely been top 10 in the World Cup. You know, he arguably is the best player on his England team, you know. And, of course, he didn't play that good with his club team, but he has been one of the top 5, top 10 players of the World Cup. I think top 7-ish range. Then we have Desire Du, France winger. It's so stacked. Like, France is so stacked, man. He's one of their wingers, but he's not even a starter because their wingers are crazy. Mbappe, Dembele. Yeah, he's crazy. I think he's lived up. If you're on the France team, you know, you've definitely lived up to your expectation. You've done your job. You know, you guys have won every single game you played. So, yeah. João Neves, Portugal midfielder. Like I said, he was great, but I still think that best player on that Portugal team was Ronaldo. He was crazy. He was insane. Now we're going to Rafinha, Brazil winger. Rafinha's glow up over the past few years has been remarkable. The attacker has gone from a star at Leeds to one of the best players in La Liga. I think he's all right. Brazil definitely didn't go as far as I'm sure they wanted to, but like, all right, 17 is all right. Pedri, Spain. Pedri's carrying the legacy. He suffered many injuries. I mean, Spain has been amazing. They're in the Final Four. We'll see how they do against France, but this is still, I know, I have to see if he can perform. If he performs against France, then, you know, we might be having a different conversation. Jeremy Ducko, Belgium. He's pretty much one of the best players on Belgium. So, I mean, I'm going to go with this. Like, you know, he definitely was able. Belgium beat USA big time, you know, and he performed. They lost, but they were clearly out-talented. But he did his part, and Belgium's all right. Julian Alvarez. You know, he's been great. I think Argentina's been great in helping Messi. Of course, Messi's like their superstar, but like I said, he's definitely not been as good as Messi. So putting Messi at 25 was still super surprising to me. But he's been great for them, you know, helping them, you know, score goals when Messi isn't there and still orchestrating and helping their offense next to Messi. Then Gabriel Malahigas, Brazil defender, full package. I'll be honest, I haven't paid full attention to him, but I'm sure he's been all right. You know, he's, according to this, he's like a 6'3" defender. He's got the athletic abilities, and, you know, he's been great. You know, Francisco Verdalde. He's a midfielder for Uruguay. He's on box. I didn't watch Uruguay much this match, but this World Cup, but he has an eye for the goal. Maybe he's not a top 12. Maybe he could put 15, 16, 17, because there's a bunch of other guys, like I said, like Messi, maybe Ronaldo. So, but he's definitely up there. He's the best player for his team. Luis Diaz. You know, Colombia winger. Colombia went out pretty sad, you know, penalty kicks to, I think they were the better team against Switzerland, but he managed to move to Bayern Munich and get better. I think Colombia was great. Of course, he could have maybe wished that he could have helped the offense a bit more in that Switzerland match, but he did his part. You know, overall, I don't think it's that bad. Declan Rice, England midfielder. Now, to be honest, I haven't been paying much attention to Declan Rice. I've been more paying attention to Bellingham, Harry Kane, those two superstars. He's definitely not been as good as Bellingham, so that's why I'm like, you know, Bellingham's like 15, 17, something like that. Well, he's 10, so maybe swap them. What I'm thinking is how we can go with that. Bruno Fernandes, despite playing some of the biggest clubs in the world, sometimes he was underappreciated. Portugal midfielder. I'm going to stay this still. Ronaldo was the best player on that Portugal team. So if he's not, Ronaldo should be like, he played better than Ronaldo this World. I mean, Ronaldo played better than him this World Cup, for sure. Not even like, I watched some of those games. I watched the game, he got 2 goals in a game, you know. And then he was one of the only players that scored against Croatia. He had this crazy bicycle back kick against Spain. The goalie was even better, but he was really good. Then we have another Portugal player, Vitinha. Portugal's midfield is so stacked. There's 3 players on this list. So, of course, goals-wise, they're midfielders, so you don't expect it that much. But I think, you know, with all the talent Portugal has, and to lose is sad, but Spain has a lot of talent too, so I'm not going to blame them. And now we go to Vinicius Jr. Totally lived up to the hype. You know, he was great. Of course, they lost 1-0 to Holland. Norway, who's right there, but, you know, he lived up to the hype. Like, he was great. He was there for them when they needed it. He scored the goals. He delivered, but came out to the final match. They couldn't do it, but he did his job. Like, he didn't disappoint. Michael Olise, I think he even should be higher. 6 was a little too low for him. He's been a playmaker, like a point guard in basketball. Like, he's been dishing out assists, going crazy on that winger. Where he's out 22 goals and 26 assists. He's a golden ball contender in his first World Cup. Yeah, so he's maybe not as good at scoring a goal, but he's so good at, like, helping teammates out, getting those guys involved, especially when you're one of the best goal scorers in the world, and Olise is just great. Erling Haaland 5. I think this is good. I think it's a great ranking. I think Olise should have been higher because he's just been so good for that France team. That's what makes him so great. But Haaland's been amazing too. I mean, they lost, but he was great in the win, of course. And that loss at this point was like, I'm not putting him 4-3, which I would have if they had won that match. But Haaland at 5, all right. It's all right. Ousmane Dembele, France. 4 is good for me. I think 4 or 5. Him, Olise are around the same range. He scored goals, but Olise playmakes, so they both have it. Dembele will aim for his 2nd World Cup and 3rd final, all before turning 30. He's been great for them this World Cup. Scored so many goals, you know. He's not even the best part of his team, which is what makes France so scary. They have, like, 3 guys. I'm sure Mbappe's coming up 3 guys in the top 6. Harry Kane, number 3. Like I said, maybe he could have been, like, 5 or 6. Because I feel like Jude Bellingham has kind of been better. But, you know, Harry Kane's been great, too. That's no disrespect to him. He's been amazing. You know, done everything. He scored 61 goals with his club. And, you know, and then to Lamine Yamal. Yamal can do anything on the right wing. Teenagers can be his man, kind of shoot, play. The only thing slowing Yamal down in his first World Cup is a hamstring injury. But he's trending in the right direction. Defenses beware. I love Lamine Yamal. But let's be honest, like, I don't think he's been top 5, top 7. He's been top 10, maybe top 15 this World Cup. But, you know, number 2, I don't even think he's not had that many goals this World Cup. But I feel like it's that injury that just keeps holding him back. So, you know, You know, I don't even know if we're seeing the full version of Lamine, but I don't think he's been top 10 this World Cup. But he's a great player. Like, if he's on the floor, Spain has definitely a better chance of winning. And not to say he's like playmaking and stuff, but yeah, that's just what it comes down to. Like, all these other guys have like 5, 6, 7 goals, but Lamine has like none. So it's just like, all right, but we'll see what he does. I mean, he could really be too weak. So we'll see what he do against France. But number one, the players playing against Kylian Mbappe. I think this has been one or two. You can either go Mbappe or Messi. It's been right. You can easily say it's been Mbappe because he's also playmaking. He's getting that. He's knocking down his goal. 8 goals this World Cup. Ridiculous. Him and Messi both have 8. And, you know, they still have to play, what, maybe even 2. He may finish the World Cup with like 10 goals, 10 plus goals. That is insane. He's 27. Like, he needed 5 to set the all-time World Cup record for goals. He's already at 8, and he might go for even more. So we don't know. We'll see what Mbappe Yamal match does, but it's gonna be ridiculous, man. I'm so excited for that France-Spain game. You guys got tuned into. It's gonna be crazy, but I think France is gonna pull it out. But we'll see. Anyways, that's my little predictions, ranking, and that's my like overall reviewing this top 25 list. If you guys liked it, please like and subscribe. Anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.